If you could star in a vertical that you would class as your perfect storyline, what would it be?
Okay. No more billionaires, please. No more CEO billionaires. No werewolves. No werewolves. Um, my dream. I have three.
Yep.
My three. This is my kill list. This. If I do
Okay.
these three, I'll do anything else you want. I
Okay.
want to be a football. I want to be a quarterback because I want
Yeah.
to. I want to relive my high school glory days. I
Yeah.
want to do a western, like a tombstone western,
Yeah.
and then I want to do a serial killer. I would love to do a scary. I think I'd do a really good serial killer.
Yeah. The horror one has come up quite a lot. So
I want
people
to
want
so bad. I have a dream shot. I have a dream shot that I am begging someone to let me do.
yeah.
So yeah, I think the scary ones could be really fun. I even think comedy in this
Yeah.
space would be really, I think because it's the perfect medium for it.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I hate to say it, like they're hate watches at the end of the day for a lot of
Yeah.
people. Because there's our community who loves verticals, who are just so supportive and think they're great and love them. For I think a lot of the general audience who may not know about the vertical space yet,
Yeah.
they're like, "What is this?" And they just look up and they're 15 episodes deep.
Yeah.
And so I think comedy would be such a great medium and diversifying some of our storylines is
Yes,
what I
I
really want to
agree.
see at the end of the day. So as much as I would love to do those three, I'm just happy that, and I've seen it start to progress, and I'm sure you have as well.
Yes.
The stories are getting more diverse. They're getting younger. They're diversifying. They're getting more engaging. They're kind of hitting a wider audience, or they're taking more risks. And as a creative, that's what I want to do, you know? Because when I first got offered the verticals, I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, no, I'm not doing this. This looks like a doctor's office. I can't do it. No. And then they got me in one. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
really fun. But as a creative, I wish that we could make it a little bit moodier
Yeah.
with some of the lighting, with some of the leash that we get creatively to like kind of just add a little bit more. Because if me and you were in a scene and I'm getting into you, I'm mad at you, I'm angry, and I'm yelling, I'm screaming, but it's so bright, I don't
Yeah.
think it reads as much as if it's a little darker. You
Yeah, no, you're
add
making
you add
sense.
the feeling to it. So I'm happy with what we're doing, but I would love just a little bit more diversity in the creative leash and just a
Yeah.
little bit more letting the artists be artists
Yes,
across
I
the board,
agree.
from director to everyone. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked this question because I want to hear what people want because we do have like the same genres and I want to just ex hear what people want, like expand. And there's so many good ones, so many good things
And
that people want.
And this is not me dogging on it at all, but how many more CEO billionaires can we tell? How many more
Yeah.
stories can we tell? But especially for the domestic, American audience, who I think, in my
Mm,
opinion, gets bored fast.
yeah.
Even on major horizontal, like look at the Bear, from the drop off between season one to season two to season three. Game
Mm,
of Thrones, how quickly the audience turns on something that they loved so much.
yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have to diversify. We have to give the audience something new to love. And if it bombs, it bombs. That's the
Yeah.
name of the game. But you have to find the next avenue to where you can invest, and then you keep growing, and then you find a new one, and you keep growing. To where now you have all these niche little pockets of viewerships that love the horror, that love the comedy, that love the CEO billionaire,
Yeah.
niche. But you have to give them the opportunity to find it. You have to give us
Exactly.
the opportunity to portray it. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, because we want to portray it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not big on horror personally, but I think as
Yeah.
an actor, that would be fun to shoot.
Yeah.
Um, I heard that it's like completely different shooting a horror rather than just
Oh, for
watching
sure.
it, so that would be interesting.
And it's weird because the verticals, like, once you've done one, you've done them all
Yeah.
in a weird way. To where I think it'd be a whole lot healthier for not only the actors but the space is if we're always kind of guessing, if we're always intrigued, if we're always trying to do something different and new. But when you get that CEO billionaire contract on the script, you're like, I know exactly what they want. When they reach
Mm.
out to me for a show and I'm like, oh, it's a teenager, it's a high school drama, I'm like, they want Cameron just rich. They want the pretty bad boy douchebag, but rich, richer than
Yeah.
anyone has ever been ever. So I think it helps us creatively always keep sharpening that knife. You know, if you're not trying to get better because you get comfortable, then we're doing something wrong. And I think this space really has a tendency to make people just kind of fall into tendencies that may or may not be beneficial in the long run for them individually or, collectively.
Yeah, and trying new things, like you said, could push people to challenge themselves more.
Because at the end of the day, like a vertical shoot's like a soap opera. We're doing 15, a 10-page day is a light day. And then
Yes,
we
I
come
feel
back the
that.
next day and do 11, and then
Yeah,
12, and then 15, and then 17, and then 9.
yeah,
And so you kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit to where it's just so repetitive. It's where you're like, go to set, do my lines, go home, look over the sides, no monologue. All right, I'll learn it on the day. To where I don't think that they're allowing us a lot of excitement
yeah.
coming into it. Like we don't have a lot of time beforehand even to talk to the director, to talk to the writers, to talk to our co-stars on some of these
Mm.
platforms. And I think it would help everything if we just had 3 extra days to talk. We
Yeah.
came in for a full table read. And then it was just the
Yes.
director and the two principals. And then it was just
Yes.
the two principals getting coffee. And
Yeah.
having that space to come into it knowing kind of a foundation of who you want this character to be, and then on the day getting to play and getting to have fun because you're so comfortable in the roots of who this person is. That is when I think it takes another step in the right direction. It's when they just give us a little bit more time and conversation to just figure out who these individuals are that we're portraying versus guessing. And then by day 3, you're like, all right, I figured it out. But you wasted 2 days of filming guessing. So that's
Yeah.
why some of these don't make a lot of sense, portrayal wise as you're watching it. It's because we're figuring it out just as much as the audience is when they're watching it. And
Yeah,
so it's a challenge.
I think I want, like, especially with the villains, I want more backstory. Like I
Yes,
want,
yes, 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 yes.
yeah, yeah, I
We
want
we
more
want
backstory.
more. I think they're doing a better job of it now to where they're
Yeah.
adding the ability for a sequel. Like the one that me and Meg just wrapped,
Yes.
like there's a sequel lot set up.
Oh,
And
great.
so I'm so excited for that experience, not only because I get to go back with that team. Like when I finished that one, I was genuinely sad for the first time.
Yeah.
Because most of the time on a vertical, you're like, get away from me. I've spent 120 hours with you guys. I can't do another second. But on this one, like I hung around until the very last person left. It was like that scene in a Full House when everyone's leaving
Um,
the house, and then it was just one person left at the end of the day, and the lights turned off. And that's
yeah.
what it felt like. Some of these are so amazing, and some of these you can't get away from fast enough.
Yeah.
And so the ones that you find that you love, oh my goodness, you built this little family to where you have a good dynamic with your co-star, and then you love the director, and you love the costumers and the make. Can I say that the makeup artists and the costumers are the only reason that these get
Amazing.
finished?
Absolutely.
If we didn't have those two groups, we would not survive 7 to 10 days on a vertical. They're our safe space, and like I have to shout out Laura and Jorge and Emmett and all these amazing people that I've worked with who are the only reason that I made it through that day multiple, multiple, multiple times. And so you have this big family dynamic. And at the end of the day, like you miss them. You miss them so, so bad because you work so intimately with them. And
Yeah.
so it's the verticals have been such a weird thing for me getting into, but I'm finally turning that corner to where I'm like, I love it. I'm getting better
Yeah.
as an actor. I'm getting better as a creative. I'm working with so many cool people, and I can't wait for my next one. And
Yeah.
I'm happy that I've kind of turned that leaf over.
Absolutely. Okay. This is a question I love to ask. What's more challenging for you, delivering subtle emotion in a quiet scene or sustaining high energy during action or dramatic scenes?
Ooh, oh, they're so nuanced. I love getting big is easy. Being angry and being loud, that's the easy part. Unless there's a lot of action. Um, so I remember on with Kirby, my very first one, like I finally kind of caught my footing and started figuring it out. And then we had this like 7-page scene where I come in about halfway through and I grab the guy and I throw him down and I'm yelling at him and then I'm punching him and I'm kicking him and then I get back and I'm protecting Kirby. And
Is
in
that
the
the
middle of
hospital
the
scene?
wide shot, yes,
Yes.
in the middle of the wide shot, my brain goes, good luck. And I forgot. every line, every word past the action. And
Yeah.
I was just like, and Kirby was literally holding my arm, squeezing my arm, being like, "It's okay, you got this, you got this." And so the action scenes are hard because you're getting so big, you're getting so hot and high, and your emotions and your adrenaline, you're trying to be in it.
Yeah.
That sometimes you go a little bit too fast for your brain to be like, "Where are we? What are we doing?" And I've gotten better about some of the more subtle scenes to where you get to have that intimate moment with your whoever you're talking to, whether it's angry or happy or in love or in lust or whatever the emotion is. Those are getting easier now because the vulnerability is not as scary for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So they both have their challenges, but those action scenes will get you. Oh, if you don't have your lines locked into your brain after you punch somebody, good luck. Because
That's the one where
you're gonna go
you hope you got your script three
line.
days early.
That's the crazy. Some of these, like I get the script on a Sunday, we start filming Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
There's been a couple, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been a couple where I've only read about half the script.
Yeah.
And then we start filming, and I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
like, I get it. I get what we're trying
Yeah.
to do here. We'll figure it out.
You work it out. Yeah. Okay. What's the funniest thing to ever happen to you on set?
Meg stabbed me.
Oh,
I can't give too
okay.
many details, but we had this fight sequence, and we choreographed it and dodged it, but the umbrella got hooked on her shirt, and she'll deny it. She'll deny that she'll say it's my fault. It was not my fault. And instead of coming here, it went right into like my boobie, and I was like,
Oh,
oh. And what hurt my feelings the most is I just got stabbed. I mean, I
yeah.
got poked with a metal umbrella, and
Yeah.
I'm the type that's like, we're good, keep rolling, let's go, let's take it from the top. Everyone goes, Meg, are you okay? Are you okay, Meg?
Oh,
And I'm just standing there. I'm like,
what about
um,
me?
I got I got stabbed. So,
As long as she's
yeah.
okay. As long as she's okay, it's all right.
As long as our little princess is fine, everything is we'll figure it out.
Oh,
Cameron,
I love that.
big tough idiot. He'll be good.
No, I love that. Oh, so funny. All right. How do you make similar roles feel unique?
Um, I think you build a foundation of of who these characters like archetypes kind of are. To where like you understand like when you're a CEO billionaire, you're the doctor, you're whoever. You kind of know what they're looking for, and then you kind of just play. You kind of find your parameters and your I like to say my pillars. So tell me you want me angry at a 10 up until this point. So that way I know I can play within this because I know what you want. And at the end of the day, it's about the dynamic between the two co-stars. It's the dynamic of the scene, and it's the dynamic that you kind of build throughout shooting to where it's like, where did I come from? Where am I now? And where am I going? And so kind of just trying to figure that out, which is very difficult on these, because on day one, we might start in the middle of the script and then go back to the beginning and then go to the end and then pick up a little shot toward about a quarter into it and then back to the end and then to the beginning. So you never really know where you are until you kind of figure out, what the script is. But you just kind of play. I think everything is very similar, but it's on the artist and, on camera to make that Sinclair different than the Callaway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To where like
Yeah.
there's still nuances that are super similar in the dynamic, but I think he's a little meaner.
Yeah.
And so when I can be mean, like in a song of my mother's tears, I had to be so mean to Lexi. And
Mm.
it hurt my heart so bad. But
Mm.
that character was very insecure. He didn't know how to express his emotions, and he had the weight of the world on his shoulders, trying to make his mom happy and find his sister and run this foundation and do everything at such a young age. To where I needed help from external forces. To where when I had scenes where I'm screaming and I'm yelling and I'm getting into Lexi, I had my mom make me a pissed off playlist of
Mm.
all like hard metal, like crazy rock, And so I would go, 5 minutes and put my headphones in before we start filming and just kind of get angry and get angry and
Mm.
get angry and try to live in this space. And that way, when I came onto set, I could just go into it.
Yeah.
And that's just like the little things that you kind of have to bring versus a different character getting angry at somebody. The levels to it are so different that you kind of just have to know where that ceiling is and where that floor
Mm.
is on each character to where like he's going to be angry, he's going to be at a 7 the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of figure out where that number fits into the scene. Because sometimes you
Yeah.
dial it back, then you bring it back to bring that dynamic kind of edge to it. But yeah, it's everything it's so unique to the day, and unique to the scene, and unique to the script. But at the end of the day, like you kind of have your foundation, then you just play. In all honesty, you just play. How lucky are we that we get to play and
Yeah.
find these imaginary people. We know whether you pull from experience or pull from your imagination. You just kind of think of the archetype that this character portrays.
Yeah. Do you find it easier to, so you need to go to like a 10. Do you
Mhm.
find it easier to hit that 10 and then dial it back if you need to, or gradually reach that 10?
For me personally, it's easier for me to get to 10.
Yeah.
Get to 10 and then walk it down and then pick it up.
Yeah.
And maybe that's my inexperience as an actor. Um, but I'm very XYZ. Like when I first meet the director, I'm like, tell me exactly what you want, how you want it done, and at what level you want it done, and I'm gonna deliver it for you. But as
Yeah.
I've gotten more comfortable in this space, I've been able to kind of bring it without having to ask as much. And then we see the take, we see how it kind of translates, and then we talk about it and walk it down, pick it up. If we don't know what you're doing or you can't find it, sometimes doing it at a 10 or a 15 or a 20 helps you find that 7.
Yeah.
Because you do it so big. You do it so big and you're loud and you're angry and you're rah, 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 big grizzly bear. And then you go, okay, great. Now walk it back just a little bit. To where
Yeah.
you just start to find what level you kind of need to settle into. And then you can always grab that 10. You can always grab
Mm.
that 2 and kind of just figure out how to make that scene, as best as you can in the time frame that we have.
Right, that's good. That's good. Okay. Is there anything you want anybody to know about you or your work?
Just that I love being a creative. I'll beat this until this dead horse over and over and over. I am
Yeah.
so grateful and I am so lucky to be able to do what I do. And I hope that translates that I love what I do. I love being a creative. I love working with people. I love collaborating with so many talented people. And I'm just happy that it makes me a better person the more that I do it. The more experience that I
Mhm.
get, the more people I work with, like they make me a better creative, yes, but they make me a better human being. They make me a better cam. And yeah, just that I just love getting to be a creative. I am obsessed with this industry, top to bottom, and it's an industry that I hope I get to die into. I want to do this forever, even if it's not in front of the camera, behind the camera. I want to learn, I want to grow, and I'm just obsessed with being a creative.
That's really good. Okay, got one more question for you. What does a
Perfect.
good day on set look like for you? And I already know that cold coffee is the first thing you need in the morning.
The the perfect day on set, it would probably be we have about a 10 a.m. call time. Give me a
Yeah.
10 a.m. So that way I can wake up, go to the gym, go get my coffee, take my shower, and I'm good. Throw on a cool outfit and get ready for set. Um, and then the work doesn't really matter. I just love being able to do it because it's every day is a new challenge. Whether you're doing a setup scene, a big major scene, just or a throwaway scene, whatever it is, that's not the hard part. The hard part's staying in it and wanting to do it the next day. But just a day where everyone is just happy. We're having fun. Like I like to be a good energy on set. I like talking to people. I like joking around. We had an AD, and the running joke was like every day he would do a button lower on his shirt. And so if I saw the buttons were high, I go, "Oh, you're stressed today, huh?" And just just playing around with everybody and just it's making a good environment. But yeah,
Sorry, my cat is right next to me being a pain.
no, no, you're good. You're good.
I'm like, stop it. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to have this interview with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for reaching out. I was looking forward to this all week, and I am so, so
Oh,
happy and so grateful that we had this conversation. And again, I am so thankful that you're doing this, not
thank
only for
you.
myself, but for the other creatives in this space. I think it's a really cool opportunity for your audience and our audiences and general audience just to get a little bit more of us while talking about this space that we do have a passion for. And so I hope that you continue to do these. I can see you continue to grow. And I hope one day that you're flying across the world and doing this for a living exclusively because you are so welcoming, you are so warm, and I am just so, so grateful for this.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm very humbled that you
Of
let me do your
course.
first one. I very appreciate that. That's very great.
We're locked in forever. We're locked in
Um,
forever.
Thank you, though. All right. Well, you go and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. It's like only nearly 10 o'clock here, so I'm going to go spend the
Well,
day with my
your day's
kids.
just getting started. Good.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, and I hope you all have an amazing Saturday.
Wait, I have to think about that. Yes, Saturday.
Yeah. And if you don't
I
mind,
had to think about that for a second.
what area in Australia are you in?
I'm in Western Australia, in Perth.
Okay, so I shot a Samsung campaign last Thanksgiving, like November, in Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And it was one of the best 2 weeks of my life. I just got lunch. My buddy's upstairs. We met in Australia on that job, and we've become best friends.
Oh, cool.
I love Australia.
Yeah.
Australia, Melbourne was so much fun. We had a
Yeah.
blast drinking and partying and going around and flirting with a couple girls here and there, But Australia, we were actually talking about going back. So if we come
Oh,
back, I'll make
definitely come
sure to
back.
to let you know. Yeah.
I'm gonna come. My laptop's dying. Um, yes, so I'm actually going to Melbourne at the end of the year. My best friend lives in Melbourne. So,
I loved it. I didn't get to go to Sydney, so we want to go
mm,
back, do Sydney for a week, Melbourne for a week, and then I want to go to the Australian Zoo. I
yep.
was a big
Yeah.
the crocodile hunter. Like I was a huge, huge fan of him growing up, so I definitely want to go
Yeah.
see that zoo.
Yeah, that'd be good. So you've never been, obviously never been to Perth either. So,
No,
no,
ma'am.
no.
But it's on the list. Next time I
Yeah.
come to Australia, I'm doing Australia right.
We've got some good beaches in WA, so.
Let's go get a tan, girl. Let's go to the beach.
All right. All right. I'll talk to you very soon, okay? Have a good evening.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.